told me that I needed to come out here and make this video. And I'm in the habit of listening to my intuition. This is harder than what I thought. I'm also learning to use my voice on social media. I'm 52 years old, almost 53, and I've been learning how to create content for social media for 2 years. It took me about a year to get monetized on TikTok. And it took me a couple months to figure out how to get people to watch my videos for more than a minute so I could actually make money. The first year on TikTok, I was able to make about $25,000 just in video views alone. So in the past 6 months, I've been working on moving my content from TikTok to YouTube and to Instagram. Instagram, you cannot monetize your video views, but on YouTube, you can get monetized, and that is what I'm on my journey to do. The reason why I felt like I needed to come out here and talk to you is because I feel like that there's a lot of you out there that are wanting to learn to do the same thing, and I thought I would give you some advice. My biggest piece of advice is you don't have to show up perfect. You just have to show up. The whole thing about social media is you see these perfectly curated spaces, videos, even the people are perfectly curated. Makeup's perfect, hair perfect, clothing is perfect. Guys, I'm out here with no bra, no panties, okay? I threw on some lipstick because I have no lips. You have to show up with on social media is yourself. You have to be yourself or people are gonna clock it immediately. And honestly, the more imperfect that you show up, the more people resonate with that. People need to see, especially now in 2026, they need to see real things on social media, not AI, not perfectly curated content. They need to see real people being real. Biggest advice is to just post. You may think that you have to have a niche to start posting content. You don't. Kind of goes hand in hand with not showing up perfect. I didn't know what the heck I was doing when I first started posting content. You can go to my TikTok and look at some of my older videos. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Learning how to talk to the camera is not an easy task. Yeah, I've learned a lot about myself trying to figure out what to say to the camera. What started happening with me is, I was kind of figuring out my niche in real time. If you have a niche already, I'm a hairdresser. I could easily have let hairdressing become my niche, but I'm 35 years into the industry. I've got occupational injuries. I'm like at the end of my earning potential. At 52 years old, I've been doing hair for 35 years. I didn't want that to be my niche. I knew that if I went with the niche of hair and hair color, that's a lot more work than what I was already doing in the salon, a lot more time in the salon. And I'm trying to trend out of the salon. I have my bread and butter clients that I love. I will always have my 1 foot in the door of the salon doing hair because I truly am passionate about it. But I knew that I needed multiple streams of income to support my retirement, hopefully one day. After being divorced twice, I've taken some financial hits, and so in order to hit my retirement goals, I needed to have a second stream. Like, I needed to have multiple streams of income. For 35 years, I also did hair and makeup for commercial photo shoots. So I saw a lot of behind the scenes with the directors and the producers and the cinematographers and the wardrobe department, and I always wanted to have more of a role in that creative process of creating the videos, of creating the content. And so it seemed like a natural jump for me to try to figure out how to create content on social media. Had no idea what that would look like. In playing with the content creation, I found myself always creating outside. I love being outside. Also, my house has been under construction for 15 years. Long divorce story. I can do another video on that if you'd like. But my house had been under construction for 15 years, and I didn't really feel like I had an aesthetic space inside to create. So when the winter time came, I wanted to keep creating content outside on my deck, And one weekend I was downtown, one street in particular, they had all these igloos set up, these pop-up igloos set up on the street as extra restaurant seating. And I thought, oh my God, I need to hotbox that. I need one of those. I need one of those for this winter. You know, I struggle with seasonal depression, I call it light deprivation, all those things. And again, I wanted to keep creating content all winter long. So this igloo idea was perfect for me. So I searched and searched for a pop-up igloo and I found one. And those are the moments where I was following my natural patterns of creating content already, plus my intuition and my passions. That is when I started to blow up on TikTok, is when I was in my gardening bubble. You know, it felt fun, it felt interesting, it felt authentic to me. I hadn't seen anybody else creating content like that. I wasn't even thinking of that. Did blow up, and then once I hit monetization on TikTok, I hit 10,000 followers. I really had imposter syndrome, and I thought, how in the world am I going to get people to watch me in this bubble for more than 1 minute? So I kind of pulled back a little bit and shrunk back into my shell. I was afraid to take up that space on the internet for whatever reason. I don't know. It was such a strange feeling, but finally started creating content again. And one day it was raining, and that's my favorite time in the globe, and I just popped up my tripod and started filming. Now this is where I believe that luck is where preparation and opportunity meet, right? Think about that. Luck is where preparation and opportunity meet. So I had been preparing this foundation on social media, and I had an opportunity because of this tent to create something really different. And that day when I was creating, you know, those several months of creating in the rain, I had no idea what it would do for me, not only financially, but also it helped me truly sculpt a way of creating that I fell in love with. And I think that leads me to my third point, was you've got to find a process that you can fall in love with, a process that you can do over and over again. Now, I'm ADHD and I get really bored. Something that helps me is, you know, the season changes. I can create, you know, I love to craft, so I do incorporate some crafting. There are times that I have felt like I'm in a box, you know, because I have created this niche, which is, you know, to me, I thought it was the bubble, but I learned that, you know, again, through posting and through, you know, trying to be self-aware and learn more about myself and learn more about this area that I was not familiar with, and fall in love with it and continue to level up and grow. I learned that it was more than just about the tent. It was, for a lot of women, resonated in so many ways because it was a space that didn't have any children in it. It didn't have a partner in it. I had total freedom with what I could do within that space. And so that is when I realized that I was not only creating a social media presence, I was creating a brand. So I have done to reclaim my space. I am reclaiming myself. It has been an incredible journey. I am not monetized yet on YouTube, but I have almost 30,000 followers on YouTube now. I have almost, I think, 588,000 followers on TikTok. YouTube, I have, I believe, 130,000 followers. I think my next step is that I want to create a product for my brand, create several products for my brand, which include, you know, t-shirts, stickers, and a tent, a clear tent of my own. But also I would love to start reaching out for brand deals. Work smarter, not harder is my philosophy as I get older. continue to create multiple streams of income, one being working behind the chair as a hairdresser and a salon owner, two being posting on TikTok and earning money in the Creator Rewards program. Oh, my nose is itching, means somebody's coming to see me. And then three, creating my own brand. I'm working on my website and my products now. And four, I hope to one day get some brand deals. I hope this helps. Just post. You don't have to show up perfect. Just show up.